guys, I'm Jesse Rich, nutritionist and runner. Just here at Liberty Park, just got done with a nice run. Finally getting started on my YouTube channel, really excited about it. I'm just going to be answering kind of health related questions on this channel. One that I've got already from a friend Simone was, does nutrition really affect athletic performance? So I've been running for about 6 years now. Wasn't always a healthy eater starting out. And I would say since I've kind of incorporated a healthier diet, my performance has gotten better, right? And not only that, my body fat percentage, my lean muscle mass has all gotten better due to, I would say the number one thing I changed is preparing my own foods, eating more at home, and you know, I'm vegetarian, so my diet is primarily carbohydrates, and I really think that is the way to go, right? If we look at the best endurance athletes in the world, right, marathoners, 5K athletes in the Olympics, we're looking at Africans who are eating primarily carbohydrates, right? 70 to 80% carbohydrates in some areas. So I feel like it's probably a good idea to mimic what the best in the world are doing. Carbohydrates are really helping fuel the cells, right? They're an immediate source of energy. The brain loves glucose, prefers glucose. So I think fueling with carbohydrates in these kind of explosive endurance sports is the way to go, right? In ultra running, that can change a little bit. If you're looking at 50 kilometers to 100 miles, your body can actually run off of fat pretty efficiently. It's not those events, you're not going all out as much, so you can go at a slower pace and use your fat stores rather than going at kind of a more anaerobic pace using carbohydrates. So fueling yourself with carbohydrates, really taking advantage of that 2-hour window after workouts to refuel with carbohydrates and protein and some fat. Protein, I think, is a little overblown in endurance athletics. I think, weightlifting and things like that, a lot of people are told to have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's excessive for sure and can cause, kidney problems. So I think it's better to, focus more on the carbohydrates, still get protein. I shoot for about 100 grams a day on a vegetarian diet, which is pretty easy to do. I do use, plant-based powders, protein powders, to get in a little extra if I need it. But that's what I would say more than anything is reduce the amount you're eating out and eating packaged food, and increase the amount you're eating at home and preparing food. Another thing to address is you're going to have to eat more calories unless you're just exercising to lose weight. In that case, you do want to create a caloric deficit. Otherwise, if you're trying to work out day in and day out at a kind of higher level, you're going to have to keep those calories coming in. So making sure you don't create too much of a deficit. You're likely to create some sort of deficit because of all the calories you burn during exercise, but you just don't want that to get too far out of control to where you're waking up feeling fatigued, fast heart rate, obviously having some energy issues. You don't want to get to that point. So getting enough calories, fueling yourself with 70% carbohydrate. I think for those more explosive distances, you can get away with much less if you're in kind of the 50K to 100 mile arena. But if you're kind of in the shorter distance type of endurance athletics, you should definitely rely primarily on carbohydrates. So that's kind of my spiel. Healthy fats are important, right? I really, as a vegetarian, I base that off of flax seeds, those omega-3s, chia seeds, hemp seeds, nuts, peanut butter, things like that. I do get some fat, and again, when you're eating a lot of whole food carbohydrates, your calories are probably going to be hard to get if you're not eating a decent amount of fat. So 15 to 20% fat. Get that protein in, after your workout. It's usually best to have something simple like fruit and a protein powder right after your workout, and then make a bigger meal afterwards, and just see for yourself what happens. Some people can get away with having a bad diet and still performing at a high level, and they're most likely kind of more genetically prone to athletics and can get away with that. a lot of people can't. I mean, everybody's going to see improvements, but some more than others, right? If you're trying to lose weight and get into athletics, the nutrition component is even more important to really help you lose weight and keep your lean muscle mass. So that's kind of my take on it, and go ahead and see if that makes a difference. I think that's kind of the most important thing to look at, is just preparing your own food and eating whole foods that you recognize, that aren't packaged, and you're reducing the amount you eat out. So in a nutshell, that's my take on nutrition and athletic performance. Please subscribe to my video. I'm going to be answering a lot more questions coming up. So thanks, and stay tuned. Bye.